there for trouble, or maybe make it double, make it triple, because there's 3 of us. That's right, right? Is. Well, it's your boy J Titan
and JackJack,
and we got a very special guest from the ranch today.
Well, good evening, folks on the internet land.
That's right, that damn internet land. We got Joel BlashNash, the artist formerly known as SomethingRacist.
Good evening.
Good evening. And he's got this spectacular cowboy hat on, and he had some really kicking ranch boots early.
Super patriotic.
That's right. Anywho, welcome. We just had a pretty wild weekend of Pokemon Go events locally.
Yes.
And then Niantic also throwing just random shit in, like this Team Rocket event, which
yes.
I like it. I think there's a lot of things that need to be worked on, but I like it. Of course.
Good trial, though.
Right. Jack's word of the year for Niantic. Trials.
That's all they do.
It's true. And then, so we had that going on, including our really successful, really fun Lure Luau. A lot of good amount of people came out to that. I think it was great. We roasted a fucking pig.
Yeah, now I have a pig pit in my backyard.
Which is funny. We have a pig pit, which we can roast, what is it?
Everything else.
Everything, like brisket. You guys like brisket? We could do smoked turkeys for Thanksgiving, I guess. We can smoke your kids if you're trying to get rid of people. I don't know. Like,
I have a cooler that can fit several bodies.
It's true. When we got the cooler...
Say.
Yeah! Oh, fuck. Joel heard the magic word.
He's like, what?
Smoke. But really though, we got this giant cooler to transport the pig, so we roasted the whole pig, right? And we got this giant cooler, and both people, like, I think it was the checkout person and then the security person.
Random Walmart greeter people were like, you can put a body in there.
You can put a body
in there.
It's like,
that's our plan. We weren't joking.
I'm actually going to put a body in there. And funny story, I didn't tell you this, Joel, but I was so I went to go pick up the pig up in Lafayette. And I picked it up, and I had to fill it with more ice after we had the pig body in the cooler. So I had a bed of ice, pig, and then I was trying to get more ice to put on top, but it was too much, so I couldn't close the cooler. So like I have my door open, I have the cooler open, lid open, and I'm like got these big bags of ice, and I'm trying to stuff it in there. And this poor old lady, like in the car next to me, she's coming out. She just bought her like drink and like snack. She like looks in my car just horrified. It's just like, and I'm just like stuffing ice. I'm like, get the fuck in there! Come on! Like smashing the lid down, and then finally I got it. But because you could see a body wrapped up in my cooler. I look like I just murdered the fuck out of somebody. So anyway, I digress. Embor is coming in Gen 5, but we brought it early. For those that don't know, Embor is the fire starter for Gen 5, and it is a pig. It's pretty cool. I used to hate it. It grew on me. Now I don't know how I feel about pigs, to be honest. So we roasted one. And then I had a few signs from maybe Sweet Baby Arceus. Or, we had like... So I got the pig, checked Twitter. Someone retweeted a video, this really sweet video of this dad surprising his daughter with a baby pet pig. And it was like most adorable thing I've ever seen. I was like, oh... maybe I shouldn't be doing this. And then there was another one, someone made a montage of their baby pig doing like all these like, they're just like running around and like doing cute things like popping out from under the covers and shit. I was like, man.
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
That pig was good though, that's what I'm saying. Oh, we gotta get you some. Anywho, I digress way too much. We had a lot of shit going on, and we still got a lot more shit coming up, and it's a good time for Pokemon Go, though. I feel like a lot of people were on vacation recently, and a lot of people kind of started to experience burnout again, but then some things are bringing them back, and other things are just kind of like, well, we like the beginnings of the system, we want it to be better type deal, so there's kind of all over the place. Real quick, major events, so we had the Rocket Shadow event, Rocket Invasion.
Just passed.
Well, our hour just passed, but
yes.
I can't imagine they're not going to do more with that. And then hopefully, they didn't really give a timetable on when they introduced this Go Rocket stuff. They didn't really give a timetable on when when it's stopping. So I wonder if they're just going to be there forever.
Hopefully that happens.
Either that or the introduction of that system to work. Like maybe they can introduce gym leaders or other types of trainers that you can battle, like so you can PvE essentially, quote unquote, or just battle trainers other than Mr. Useless, Spark, and
What's PvE?
Player versus environment versus player versus player.
Oh, okay.
So PvE generally is like if you're just battling stuff in game, if you're farming.
that's not PvC. Player versus computer.
Player versus computer. I mean, it kind of makes sense. Just hit him with the pipe. PvC. Bonk.
That's how we play.
PvP being player versus player.
Yeah.
So,
Okay.
those are the two distinctions, and so generally, like in an RPG or anything, PvE content is like the fodder that you go through to start collecting items or special materials and gain experience. There's still challenges there because it's all like whatever the computer AI is, but in general, there's not a lot of that in Pokemon Go for pretty decent reason. The original concept of the game was to get you to be social, get out there and meet with your community and do fun things like that. But I think the platform's expanding, and I think it can handle that kind of stuff. And we all know Niantic can print money or do whatever they want to do and still be successful. So, I'd like to see that. But we got that going on. Events coming up real quick or in the near future. Next weekend already is Community Day. We just had one last weekend, and I think that's actually the quickest turnaround between Community Day events.
That's true.
Which is nutty because Mudkip was actually a shiny I was looking forward to, and we knew it was coming because it was a starter, and then we all kind of predicted Ralts mainly, and then Trapinch might have been the alternative. Yep. But they are finally bringing Ralts, which I'm super excited about, but at the same time, it's just like, oh, by the way, that's coming up in
a week.
Less than a week. So it's pretty nutty that they just kind of threw that on there, but it kind of makes sense.
It makes me nervous for what else they have stored for August.
Yeah, because, they have that, and then the weekend after is GoFest Yokohama.
Oh, the 17th?
No, the 8th, 9th. Because then the weekend after that, if Instinct gets their shit together and we do all of our research.
That's a punch in the fucking face.
We get, your boy.
Yay.
Shiny Suicune Day, and that's the 17th of August.
Yes. I'll tell you what, I reckon I wish they would have switched it around the other way, have Yokohama first, because it's going to be a Stardust event coming up.
Yeah.
And then with Ralts, that's $75,000 to add a second move, which PvP people are probably going to do, but...
Listen, looks like they taught you big numbers on the ranch. I like it.
They taught me at least 1 through 7.
Jesus.
The higher numbers don't exist.
Just a figment of your imagination.
It's just a figment of your imagination out there.
But I do agree. I do wish we had more Stardust events for the Ralts. But
sorry,
go ahead. I was going to say, luckily, you don't need the second move to get the special move, whatever that's going to be, because I don't know if they've announced that yet.
Yeah.
You don't need the second move to get that move, but it wouldn't be nice to have that already.
Yeah.
And then in August, officially, again, we have Yokohama, then we have Suicune Raid Day. Armored Mewtwo's leaving this week.
Yay!
Yeah, right. We're not sure what that means, if they're going to tie in...
They're going to bring in Shadow Lugia.
I was going to say, are they going to tie in Shadow Lugia? We haven't had Lugia in a
We're going to bring Lugia
month
back
or
into
two.
existence.
And that's like 3 forevers for Lugia to not be in the game.
Yeah.
So we need a chance for more Lugia. So hopefully they could tie in Shadow Lugia. They could also do a weird Shadow Mewtwo tie-in. That is a Pokemon. If not, they still have some legendaries to tap into, like Regigigas. Darkrai. I'm still kind of confused about that because it's a mythical in the same lines of like Jirachi.
Gotcha.
But so are Manaphy and Fion and those Pokemon. So there's a lot of actually and Arceus for instance. There's a lot of mythicals left, and they've been kind of holding the mythicals for special research outside of Meltan is technically mythical, and I guess do they count Deoxys as mythical?
Yeah.
Yeah, and Deoxys. So
at least for a couple more months.
Yeah, right.
I hope they change it because I want to trade I want a Lucky Deoxys in each of the forms.
Cool.
Yeah, because I just don't. It's just sucky because I have not been fortunate in all my Deoxys raids. I think I have one in the 90s, and it's like low 90s.
Oh shit! Like every one of my Deoxys has been 93 or higher.
What the fuck?
I fucking
wish.
Valor. No, but really though.
Like, all mine have been in like the 70, 80 range.
Bruh.
And so I'm just thankful. I'm like, I got a chance, cool. But I'm not gonna.
Well, you're trying to put your noodle company together.
Yeah, I have like if you see it, I have like fettuccine, like I have all of them.
All of his Deoxys are named after
like
noodles.
spaghetti, big noodle, udon. Like I have all of them.
It's pretty
It's
great.
my favorite.
But yeah, we have that. We have, like I said, Suicune Raid Day. Whatever the raid boss is going to be will be introduced in a couple days. Do you have any speculation on what it is? Do you think it actually is going to be Shadow Lugia?
I think it's gonna be. They're gonna bring in some like one that we've had before. Shadow Lugia would be awesome.
Is it time for Shiny Rayquaza?
Hopefully.
Oh god.
Hopefully.
The anticipation is always. But I think they'd honestly kind of save that for like a 3-hour raid thing like Suicune. So I feel if anything, they don't have anything for September yet. I think that's when it could potentially come.
Well, it could, yeah.
I think it'd be more of like along the Reggie line.
Yeah, I was only thinking Rayquaza because we haven't had it yet, and when they first introduced the Kyogre and Groudons, like it wasn't just a 3-hour raid day.
Yeah, true.
For the first introduction of it, and then outside of that, they just threw the other two, the Weather Trio, so that's Kyogre and Groudon. They threw those in boxes, the research boxes, recently, so that's a pseudo tie-in. Like we thought, or at least I thought in May that they were going to drop the Regigigas because they threw the Regis in the box. I was like, that makes sense, and then they never did it. So either way, yeah, I could see something returning.
Yeah.
Or
honestly, to agree with Jack, I would say they'd probably throw it, just because it's Niantic, they'd probably throw it in for one of those like 3-hour raid days, drop the shiny race super low, just to
piss people off.
Just to spite people.
Just like, oh my god, I have to get it, so they buy 30 raid passes.
Yeah,
and then
no one gets it. Like one person gets it, like, oh my god, I got the shiny Hundo.
Bruh, like, that's on brand. That's definitely on brand for Niantic. Did you see the box when the Go Rocket stuff drops? The special, if you guys haven't seen them yet for whatever reason, it's like a special 480 coin box, but it's like it gives you potions and revives, and it's like, get better, you fucking scrubs. And then it doesn't have incubators, so you can walk around in between stops, you know, in between getting your ass fucking dusted every time. Like,
It's tough out there.
it's tough in these streets, these rocket streets. Nah, I don't struggle with it, but I do know people that do struggle with it, so it's
Well,
unfortunate.
yeah, and that's why like I laughed because some people are like, how do you beat this? I'm like, if you read.
It does
like,
tell you what they have.
Yeah, they give you good signs. So if it says roar, it's going to be a Dratini. If it's anything having to do with water, it's most likely going to be Squirtle.
Fire breath, like
Fire breath, that's
fire.
Charmander. You get Tangled, that's going to be Bulbasaur. The Might one, Might Win thing. You don't choke. The Might one might be like Snorlax or something. The flying guy is a Zubat. The normal type is Rattata. And then you have some that are kind of like a mixed bag, but you can get either the second or the first stage, so that'd be like Golbat, Ivysaur, Wartortle, Charmeleon. I haven't seen any third forms or second forms yet.
Other than Golbat.
No, like second form would be Crobat.
Oh, you mean... sorry, I thought you meant like... Yeah, sorry.
I'm trying to remember like stages on the Pokemon cards. I'm like mixing them up. So I haven't seen any like Charizard like that you can catch.
Yeah.
That's why I'm also trying to work on the purification badges and all that, because I wasn't sure if maybe that would have some sort of effect to where they'd give you like, oh wow, like you somehow fought 1,000 of us and you purified 500 of our shadow demonized Pokemon, where you can start catching third stage. So that's what I've been trying to gun for all the stops.
Hopefully when they bring out, or if they bring out Giovanni, or like if they progress this further, hopefully then it'll be like, yeah, you just had to face a stupid team. Like, here you go, here's a fully evolved this and this. Like,
so just thinking of the game, or I guess the lore in general of Pokemon Go, if you want to count it as that, I do like it. So you know, on this podcast we've been very vocal about having Stardust events. Well, this is like a pseudo Stardust thing where like 500 Stardust, or if you're doing a star piece for these rocket stops, like 750 each pop is pretty nice. Now you're trading potions and revives,
but you have the fuck up like I did. So I was telling Joel, obviously, and a few others, that when I first started, like transfer would be like a event, So it'd have like the multiple clicks. So I naively was not reading. And I was trying to transfer a Snorlax, and instead I gave it a second move.
Oh yeah,
so
you have to be careful.
225,000 Stardust. And I'm like, oh my god!
You have to be careful. I think the biggest problem was that on your iPhone 10.
Yeah.
The biggest problem is
like
because
right
the
next to
iPhone
it.
10 is so long. You've seen the screens, right? I don't know if it's the same for yours now too, because the S10s are really long. But like, I know on the iPhone 10 it's really bad because you can see from the top all the way to like the moves, like past the add extra move, past all this other shit, to like you can see what PvE and PvP moves you have. And like, because it's all right there, wherever your thumb is, it's really fucking easy to tap that add second move and other nonsense to waste all your candy and dust.
Yeah, and they restructured it too to do that.
Yeah,
and I'm like,
did
you
this shit on purpose.
assholes,
They're,
like
trying to balance the game.
Yeah, they're like, let's just get all these Apple users that aren't paying attention, like myself.
Screw them. Yeah, screw Apple TV.
Yeah, see, yours is fine.
Yeah.
Mine is not. Mine's like
Android gang or die.
Yeah, it's like really close. And I have fat fingers. Yeah, see, check this out. It's
that's
so small.
Why.
It's super small too.
That's why. Because I had it up like that, and I was like, okay, and I'm clicking the X, which is right at new attack.
Yeah.
So I'm clicking it, and I'm like, okay, fine. Then it's like, there goes your dust. No, I'm like,
bitch. And then when you bring up that little side menu for transfer or whatever, it's right next to the app too. So it's easy to misclick that shit. But anywho, I wish I was like the god Corey and had 10 million plus Stardust.
Because Corey doesn't go out no more.
He's just a hermit.
Corey became a hermit. When Corey come back.
We miss you.
We do though.
We do.
Joel can show you something on the ranch.
I tell you what.
You guys are gross.
Joel got back from the ranch. He's a different man. He's a man's man.
Yeah. I got a whole bunch of hair on my chest and everywhere else. I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what.
Please stop.
But anyway, no, but I mean, it's still an opportunity to get more dust that just.
Well, yeah, I just
Pokemon.
like they really out of the big community events they've left out Stardust or double or triple Stardust from what they used to be.
Yeah.
Like they have like this new one for Ralts is a quarter the distance. So what? Like
Yeah.
even if you're trying to get your shiny Alolan, you have a cap on your eggs. So what does it matter? Like if you reach that cap, like I reach it pretty frequently.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna walk a 2K and get the same
Dude,
old Pokemon.
I
Like,
wish
cool.
you could delete eggs.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I wish you could. You just
make-
put them, or you transfer them and give them to another trainer. And like
Oh.
Professor Will's like, thanks for that. You're gonna make some trainer's day. Let me give you some Stardust.
That's
I would be
nice.
transferring eggs.
I was thinking about
left
making a
and fucking right.
gigantic omelet to feed the rest of your Pokemon.
But no, like there.
Sounds tasty.
I agree. There should be more opportunities for it. Like I think evolving Pokemon should be giving you Stardust, not just XP. I think you should be getting dust from like much of your interactions. It doesn't have to be like hundreds, but a bit. I think would help because the only way I thought catching Pokemon gave you more dust than it did, but 150 standard, I'm like, this is kind of whack unless you're in like a dense area like Denver, or you happen to go to like 16. Yeah, it's still Denver. Or you go to like a dense stop area that has lots of good spawn rates, you're not going to get much Stardust.
Not like that, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm just kind of like, it's kind of a letdown that these events are leaving Stardust out of the equation. But then they're coming up with events like Rocket that require so much. Like PvP already drains you if you're like a very active participant and you want to challenge, you're going to get second moves, you're going to power Pokemon you never thought. So people are powering up Snorlaxes or powering up Venomoths.
Yeah.
I powered up my Munchlax. Like, little things are like powering up a Vigoroth or something random or Fortress that like no one ever uses, but it was like pretty...
Medicham?
Medicham was another. Wigglytuff was something I never used, but I had like a good one sitting just waiting for the day. And now we finally got Charm. But those are just opportunities for your Stardust to just fucking vacate your wallet. And they haven't came up with something to bring it all back.
Like, even if they brought in, like, battling the team leaders, give us 10 times the Stardust. Because sometimes they get 300 Stardust. Like, give me 3,000 instead.
Make it worth my while.
Make it worth my while. Like, I'll just do it, just give them the smoke. Like, fucking Spark wants that smoke. Like, all right,
I'll
Like,
come at you.
dabbing and crying.
Yeah,
while
he's
Shut the fuck up.
You're
Dabbing
gonna
and
give me
crying.
300 Stardust, even though you've revamped the lineup for PvP. Like,
Yeah.
granted, yeah, that does make it slightly different. It's not a difference.
You still get the smoke every time. That's
But you're gonna give me 300 dust for that. Like,
yeah,
that's
like,
pointless.
it's not
Like,
worth your time.
I can battle other trainers and get more than that.
Yeah.
Win or lose, I get more than that. So it's kind of just pointless at this point.
Yeah, I think those are things that need work, and I do think they need to be less stringent with the Stardust economy.
Yeah.
I don't think it shouldn't be a problem. Like, if people can, if people can get more dust, I think they'd be more willing to play. Like, you see the Stardust events when they do have them. That's when I see people out the most. They're like, I have to grind for this double Stardust, and I get the point of like supply and demand. Like, all right, if we keep it sparse, like, people are going to play more, and we'll see bursts, and we'll see a lot. Like, we want more money. Let's just make a Stardust event. But like overall, the game economy could use better boosts than Stardust or cut the costs.
Yeah.
The other thing they could use is more fucking bag space.
Well, that's
Yeah.
Don't even, Joel. Oh my god. So how much bag space do you have right now? Out of curiosity.
I think I'm still at 450.
Yeah.
Let me double check.
I thought you went up to 500 for
Gross.
GoFest.
I get
The only thing I did was Pokemon storage.
But that's what I meant.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Pokemon
okay.
storage.
Pokemon
Yeah,
storage.
Pokemon storage.
I'm at 700. But
Okay.
That's mainly
That's
because
really high for Joel.
I know.
that's really high, and it's mainly because I'm waiting for like trades to happen. I have unknowns and Patrices to like dole out to people.
Yeah.
Other than that, like, just wasting my wasting my
If I could
storage.
reduce my bag space back to 400, it'd be happy.
Yeah.
Look, you don't need. Look,
I get tense.
you don't need 30 shinies of the same Pokemon.
I don't have to.
I'm not saying you. I'm saying in general. Like, you don't
Like, I
need
tried
that.
to actually do my best to like trim down a lot of my access, and even then, like, I think for GoFest I had like 400 open, but since GoFest there is GoFest Chicago, then there's Dortmund, then there is Community Day, and I'm just now there's a shadow stuff, and so I'm trying to get as much as I can. And with Purifying stuff, like, again, another reason Stardust is just fading from my fucking life. It's 2,000 to purify a base level, like a Rattata, Squirtle.
Yeah, you'll get like a level 1. Like,
Yeah.
forbid you ever get a shiny level 1. Like, oh.
Oh my god. Like, I would lose my mind.
Yeah.
And, like, purifying them, because, again, I'm trying to achieve the badge.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I didn't just waste all these potions and shit just to not get something. And so I try to purify every 4 rocket battles, because then it makes up its cost.
Okay.
So I'm like, okay, I'm trying not to, but it's like, that's still a lot of dust if, like, you're not thinking about that kind of sequence.
Yeah.
And then sometimes, like, my Stardust counter must have glitched because I was, like, purifying and nothing, like, it wasn't going down. So I was like, oh shit, maybe they gave some sort of Stardust boost because it's not really changing. I was like, oh, awesome. So I was just purifying everything. And then I turned off my game, turned it back on, and it's like,
No dust for you.
I was like, where'd that 120 something go? And they're like, this shit's gone. And there's
Bye,
like
bitch.
50,000 left, and I'm just like crying, like I've never seen my Stardust that low.
Yeah. No, I mean,
Yeah.
no, I
thought
agree.
trading was bad. Again, trading is still bad
Of course.
because of how much Stardust, and I'm just like, I can't do shit. I'm like one of the more, like, I guess, active players when it comes to trades and such.
I
I'm
don't do
like,
trades. I don't fuck with that.
I can't do it. It's my wallet is just dying.
Jack, I think my max has been like 150. Like, I hit that peak and then I just like
Spends it.
waste it immediately. I'll get down to 500 dust. I'm like, okay,
Right on, brother.
This is life. Right on, brother.
No, but I mean, back to my original point though, is like, yes, I agree. The Stardust costs are high, but you still get at least 500 for the rocket stops,
Yeah.
which is better than 300 for battling your gym leaders. Now,
Yeah.
unfortunately, you battle the gym leaders, you don't need to use potions or
Yeah,
revives.
exactly.
That's the problem.
That's the trade-off, and then after this event, they've been extra stringy with potions and revives.
That's
like,
another annoying thing. Like, once you beat the Team Rockefellers, they're like, yeah, you can spin the stop again after you beat us, and then you just get Pokeballs.
5 Pokeballs and a Nanab berry or something.
Why are you doing this? Like, just base drop 2 revives at least. Like, even if people aren't going for the extra hard challenge of just Great League teams.
Okay.
Like,
Joel does it.
yeah, it's the best.
I like it. I like it. Hurt me more.
Punish me.
Oh, you think your 8,000 CP Charizard can beat my 1,400 Golem? Like, suck my dick, dude. Like, I mean, it's my favorite part. Like, I'm just smoking people with like a 1,400 Pokemon. Like,
hell yeah.
just like,
it is doable. So all you guys complaining, get better.
Yeah, get better. But seriously, just drop 2 revives and a Hyper Potion or something. Like, that would balance it out a little bit better. Cause
yeah, something like that.
even when you spin before you battle them, it's just Pokeballs and berries. Like,
yeah. Though I get, open your gifts, everybody. I get a lot of potions or revives from gifts.
That's true.
But it's still not enough to balance out if I'm hitting 10 rocket stops a day and I have to use, at the very least I still have to use potions. Like,
Yeah.
I'm pretty good about keeping my team alive, but they'll take damage and I'm like, fuck, I have to use potions.
Yeah.
So like, open your gifts and maybe you'll get lucky with that kind of stuff, but I do think they need to drop from stops a little bit more. I guess you could also do raids. Raids do potions?
Sometimes.
Sometimes?
Recently they've been giving us the shaft again.
That's because they want you to buy that fucking 480 box, the get good box, bitch. Like, come on, man.
I don't need that.
Golem, hold it down. But yeah, I mean, I was thinking, again, talking about the lore, like, one, I did like the Stardust aspect, though I do wish all that shit was still restructured. But two, I like the idea, because we talked about earlier, like, introduce like a storyline or quests, and this isn't exactly a storyline, but it is like you're more in line the hero. That's the badge you get for beating all the Team Rocket people. Like, you're the hero of your story. The idea is you go purify shadow Pokemon, because the shadow Pokemon are being used evilly, quote unquote, by Team Rocket. Though I do feel like there's an opportunity for Team Rocket to not be evil.
Yeah.
Like, I'd be really interested to see a game where you play as Team Rocket.
You're like, dude, I'm trying to help you. You're just punching
me. Yeah, just
I'm
like,
trying to help you.
Like, well, it's just like good and evil or good and bad, especially in like games, especially kid-centric, like RPGs or whatever. It's all like really a matter of perspective if you look into the characters.
Yeah.
And like, yeah, Giovanni has some shady motives, like in the games, or at least they paint him that way. But like, if you like watch the movies or the anime, like sometimes it's like he kind of has a point.
Yeah.
But these are the same crazy people that are like, oh, Thanos kind of was right? You know, he was. Or Killmonger. You know, like, do I agree with Killmonger? Somewhat. He had
yeah.
You know, things like that.
Kind of extreme.
Yeah, exactly. But yeah, this gives you an opportunity to kind of, I guess, strive for more. If you take it to heart, like, I know a lot of people are just like, oh, whatever, it's Shadow Pokemon and Purified Pokemon. But if you're like, I'm actually going to save the world by helping these Pokemon that are struggling or that are being hurt, you know, the Shadow Pokemon, I'm going to purify them and make them good again or something like that. You know, it's a decent opportunity for that. And I think it's kind of starting to pave the way for other introductions of, like I said, like the trainers. Like Giovanni, I kind of hope they do some kind of weird gym battle. Like, I feel like a way to revamp a gym system is to actually go to a gym and battle trainers.
Yeah.
That might be interesting. Like, I get the gym defending and everything like that, but like, if you could battle trainers, and on top of that, if you could battle like a Giovanni, you battle the gym leader, and then you have an opportunity to catch a Pokemon with a special move based off of that. Or something along those lines. You know, it doesn't have to be like a super rare or legendary Pokemon, but you know, you get like I have an opportunity. Well, it wouldn't be legacy then, but you get an opportunity to catch a legacy something or a community day type. Yeah, I think that'd be a fun idea to revamp the gym system.
It would also be cool if the gym system allowed you to just to help people in like rural areas that don't have many competitors.
Yeah. Is
if your Pokemon's in there for a max of 12 hours, it'll boot you out just because it's like you've held down the fort, you got your whatever.
Either that or conversely, like if you're able to make it past a day, like sure if you have multiple gyms, like you get one kicked out within a day, and you still have that one within a day, like 24 hours, and it gets booted out. Sure, you get 50 coins for that, but if you extend it past that, like you get those days' amount of coins. Like,
Hear me out. All right, you throw you're defending this gym, right? You threw Pokemon in there. You say you can throw a team. You get two trainers per gym, and they throw on a team of 3. And then when someone wants to battle that, you get a message in your game that's like, "Hey, this trainer wants to battle you. I know you'd be down for this."
Oh yeah.
And then you actually get an opportunity to actually defend your gym with this battle. Naturally, you're at a disadvantage because they can see your team or something like that, or at least one Pokemon from your team. Yeah. But like, I think that'd be fun if you could actually defend your gym, and then like, if you win, you get coins, like a couple of coins. Or something like that.
So it was like,
granted, I know not everyone could do that. Because, like, I'm at work, I threw Pokemon on the gym this morning, and I'm like, oh, someone wants to battle. Well, fuck you, I don't feel like that.
Well, then, that's where it set it to just automatic fight.
That'd be
like
fun.
You would. I think it'd be cool, and again, it's just Big Brother watching if it copied your style. So if you PvP enough, it copies your methods, and then it would allow you to then defend like you would. But in the basic sense, it wouldn't do like every switch, but it might actually throw up a shield.
That'd be dirty.
Instead, and then they'd be like, "What the fuck?" It'd be like, "Surprise, surprise."
That'd be funny.
That'd be amazing.
My computer would be farming so hard, just dirty.
I love it.
Well, yeah,
I love it though.
It gives you a sense because it's almost like you would like in the Pokemon games, like the Game Boy games, where you'd have trainer battles, so you can go and fight them, but each one has a unique style. Some of them have like a special move to their people, and I think you just kind of give more precedence if they decided to say bring other battlers. Say they wanted to do a wave of ace trainers and have all the ace trainers ready, and they have all these air Pokemon that when they want to release a cool, when they bring Lugia back from his vacation. You know they are.
Oh yeah, they
bring like a dark Ho-Oh or something like that, and a bunch of others. But you have the ace trainers that are there. Maybe even Rayquaza. That could be like a big event. They have all
those dragon tamers and stuff.
Yeah, dragon tamers and ace trainers around because he's dragon and flying.
Yeah.
And you have all these trainers available, and they can drop you items and whatever. To me, those guys should be giving you, I feel, coins.
That'd be dope.
Just to make it better, because like.
You imagine getting a coin from every rocket battle. It doesn't have to be like a bunch, but like
even
coin.
just like 1 or 2 coins. Like
give me 10.
Oh, that's a lot. But I like it.
Give me 10.
For people who are in dense spots, like that would break the game.
They'd cap it. I feel like they'd do a daily cap on it.
Yeah.
But either way, because that's an opportunity
like
to get coins.
50.
Yeah.
But like that'd be amazing.
Some people don't want to gym defend and attack. It's not worth it. That system sucks. Let's be real.
That's true.
That it's not applicable for areas with low density.
Well,
but the rocket stop shifting and potentially giving you coins does, because they shift every 30 minutes.
Yeah.
And then you could find another stop, you fight it. You just have to get 5 of those in, and you're good.
And going back to the gyms, just real quick on it, like. It really sucks for low density, but it also sucks for super high density.
Yeah.
There's no, like, the gym outside my office, I can't hold that down for longer than 10 minutes.
No.
Like, there's no way.
1 coin each.
I barely get my coin. Like, and I have to use more revives and potions, But no, I think it'd be fun. I think it'd be worth it if you have to keep using these potions and stuff. Like, the Stardust is nice, don't get me wrong. I want more Stardust. But, like, you give me a coin or 2 or 10 in Jack's case, I'd like 10. But, like, coins or something, like, worthwhile, I think that'd be fun. It's something they could implement pretty easily. Because, like, some people, it'd be easier to go Rocket Shop.
That's a
go
good one.
battle rockets.
Even at that point, like, it wouldn't break the game necessarily, because there's nothing really that you can spend your coins on that would ruin it for anyone else.
Yeah.
Like, there's Pokeballs, revives, star pieces, and like it's nothing really that's like
Incubators, right? Like,
I guess like
I'm not saying that breaks the game. I'm just saying that's what you're buying.
If you're lucky, like you can get a bunch of incubators and break the game that way, but it's very rare for that to happen. Like
that's right. That's right. We might be onto something, boys.
That's my hope, man. I really hope you're listening.
They are listening. That's it. Or at least Self Road's listening.
Someone's like, I like that. Let's implement that way.
No, they need to do it. I think again, the gym system needs a revamping. I would love to be able to defend my gym. Actually defend my gym.
Well, yeah.
And even if your app isn't open, then it just goes to normal systems where it defends as it is.
But if you are open and you're active, which I know people are.
I have my app.
I was gonna say Joel's at work, bro.
I'm guilty of that too. I got in trouble for it. Where they're like, Jack, we see your game open. I'm like, it's just sitting there. I'm not touching it.
Doing anything. Just letting it do its thing. No, but I think that'd be fun. All right. Well,
that would.
Real quick. Again, we had the Lure Luau.
Yes.
So thank you, Jack, for doing pretty much 90% of everything.
I didn't do 90%.
I mean, a lot of people did help.
Yeah,
and so shouts to everyone that helped. Shouts to everyone that kept reaching out to help load and unload. Dan just kept he's just hovering. He's hey, bro, can I help you? What do you need help?
There was people that brought food Jay, Janet, Danny, Nate,
Paula,
good Ladre, Mary, Gary, Renee, Cole, Jesse, Aiden, Zach, and Herb. You guys all brought
what the fuck was my name?
Well, we already brought food.
Yeah, shouts to all you guys.
No, for real.
People that brought food to make sure we were all fed.
All right.
But then also we had people like Dan and others who were just helping hands. There was a couple of other trainers, and I won't call you out, but if you see a social event, don't be shy to offer a hand. I think it helps the community out to pick up and host and put down as well. Because there were some folks that were just when's my food coming? I'm like,
bruh,
that fuck? That kind of gets me a little bit tense.
Oh, that's fair.
I would also like to apologize to the community that I wasn't able to make it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Yeah,
alright, don't, you're on trial.
Alright,
defend yourself.
So I didn't have my Poke Planner.
We need to make that for
a Poke Planner?
Yeah, Masters.
Poke Event Planner.
So we could give them stickers this is a community day sticker. Remember back in high school?
Yes.
My little planners would have a fist.
Dude, I had to buy a new planner.
I hated that.
I had to buy a new planner every month because I kept fucking mine up.
Stupid.
Yeah. The week before the event, I was
it's been
I got invited out to some other event. I was like, yeah, I don't have anything going on this weekend. I just had the tournament on Saturday, on Sunday. I was like, after I said yeah, sure, and then I paid money to buy my ticket. Yeah, I was like, oh, that was the luau was that day.
How could you? We toiled.
I'm sorry.
Died of heat exhaustion.
Sincerely, I apologize.
It's all good, dude.
You missed us sweating our butts off with.
I would have helped out. I would have been there sweating too.
Bruh, no, I'm pretty sure I died of heat exhaustion yesterday.
We died a couple of times and somehow regenerated. We went on no food for since 6 in the morning. That's when I was up at 6 in the morning getting stuff and cooking.
I was throwing up at 6.
You were. I was making the pins for the tournaments while I was cooking chicken, and then we built the fire pit.
Yeah, I came over. We did a little bit of lawn work real quick.
Yeah, I mowed my lawn.
And then built up that pit. We were a little low on brick count, but we made it work.
Yeah,
it actually worked pretty damn well.
It really did.
We built the pit, and then I was like, fuck, I need to get this on, because it was a 50-pound pig, so it'd take about 4 hours to cook it the way we were cooking it. Did that, and I was like, okay, let's dress the pig. We were dressing the pig and everything. Got it all seasoned, which I think it got seasoned pretty well. Super seasoned, and then I was like, hey, let's throw it on the pit. So me and Jack are carrying it over. He breaks the back leg, and it's
I panicked. I don't
he's oh no!
You just feel it loose. I was like, ah! Throw it on.
But we got it on there, and that was the hard part. The hardest part is the beginning, getting everything built, and then finally getting it started, and then watching it wasn't that bad, except for Remy watching our our box light on fire.
Yeah, he's just so nonchalant about it. We're there just to paint the scene. We're in the backyard. We had just flipped the pig, and because it's 50 pounds, it was stuck to some of the grates. We kind of struggled to get it flipped. It involved shovels and a lot of grunts to get it to move.
And breaking the other leg.
Breaking the other leg off. unintentionally, just because it was well cooked, it just like
It was like super tender, so all the
oh,
lace
shit.
just broke off.
So we flip it and we're talking, and Remy's like, "Hey, look at that," and like so nonchalant. I'm like, "Look at what?" And because the pit had like some of the cinder blocks were turned to a ventilation in, that coals could still roll out of it. So coal basically rolled out, hit the cardboard that was in front. So there's just a fire brewing. He's just he just not a care in the world.
Super nonchalant.
And I'm like, oh my god! Like I have the hose already unraveled near it in case. So like Justin runs for the hose, I run to go turn it on or something like that, and Remy just stands there and watches it burn. I'm like, Remy, like what the fuck?
It was so funny. Luckily, we got it under control real fast, and it worked. Yeah, it was just a vent hole cover that we were using. But no, it turned out really good, super tender. I could literally just pull any part of it off and start pulling it. People liked it, and we took a bunch home still. So
yeah,
it was a lot.
And I think some people were worried about the weather. Like I know I definitely was. It said forecast is like 40% thunderstorm, so we're
From
like,
5 to 8 was
yeah,
when our
5 to 8,
event
which is like
I ended up going to Cheyenne instead.
Well,
I'm sure.
Well, see,
Cheyenne
I
got
literally
it
was
bad.
like hoping. I was like, please just destroy everywhere else, but just leave this area alone. And like hit Monument, like my project got fucked over. I get to deal with that in this coming week. And yeah, obviously hit Cheyenne, but then here, like it got cloudy. We had like a sprinkling right when the You Don't Want This Smoke tournament started, and then it turned back to beautiful skies. We had like a rainbow, and I was like, yes. But I think that's why some people were like hesitant to come out. And one thing I've noticed whenever there's events happening is that people start to just like flake. / vanish at the last possible second.
Yeah.
And by last possible second, I mean within 4 hours of the event. Because I'm doing, like, I get a lot of preparation done, so I'm not looking at my phone. I'm trying to get things cooked, organized, my Tahoe loaded. Like, I'm occupied, so if you're trying to message me then, no. It just does not work. And I was getting hit with messages, okay, sorry, I can't make it. I'm like, I'm not,
I don't care.
I can't handle this right now because I'm handling other stuff. And then that came to bite me in the butt. So there was an instance, like, I think I must have made about 8 or 9 round trips in my
Oh,
Tahoe
yeah, dude, he went back and forth.
to just load everything. And I had, like, tables, getting condiments for burgers, burger buns. I think Zach had to go make a run to go get ice.
Yeah.
I basically took every folding table out of my house to, like, get the event, like...
Which we needed all of them.
Yeah, we did supposedly need all my tables. What else did I grab? Like, the dry erase markers. Like, I was just, like...
Back and forth?
Yeah, I was just... Everything I could possibly need, like, we were pulling. But, again, the event went over well. Like, people were pretty happy. We had plenty of food, and I think I was happy I grabbed those...
Those containers came in the clutch.
Yeah, so I had like little to-go containers because I was going to get the ones that were foam, and I was like, but the environment though. And so I got the ones people could actually like reuse. And yeah, like as soon as it ended, I was like, please take some food because I don't want to take this home. And like people were like the Ladre dude took like a good portion of my pico de gallo that I made. Like it was wiped out. Like I had a giant bowl of it.
Yeah, this huge bowl. Jack was gone, and he came up and he was like, "Does anyone mind if I take this?" So I was like, "You could take some pico. Don't take the bowl." He's like, "I wasn't gonna take the bowl. I just want the pico." I was like, "Okay." So I was get the to-go container. You filled that bitch up, dude. And I'm like, I mean, it's good pico.
Bye, Remy.
It's good. So I was pretty happy with that.
People were tearing that apart.
They loved everything. The chicken, the pork was like...
Yeah, I was worried about my macaroni salad. That went over well.
Even the bees.
The bees were all over it too.
The bees were all over the pork, dude. I was about to fucking box a bee. It would have been funny.
Do it. But,
Guess whose ass?
But yeah,
Square up the...
Square up.
Like that food went well. Like Herb was handling the grill.
Oh man, he's good.
Remy handled doing the raffle. Like Vaughn told him he should probably become like an Aurora Masters lead. I feel like I rope him into a lot of things.
Does he use Discord at all?
He does.
He does, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's not naturally. I mean, I imagine if he's in the role, he'd be a lot more active with it. And he's on there to like follow the events and everything. But it's like, what would he do outside of like what Jack and I already do or what you already do? Like, But at the same time, when it comes to these types of events, when it comes to anything, like even if he's able to make it to our PvP tournaments or anything, he's just like the right hand. Like he can do everything. So I'd be down.
Yeah.
To do that. So shouts to you, Remy.
Remy, I love you.
Remy.
Have fun at work.
Yeah. I think everyone did help out, either from bringing food or managing. Like, Mary and Danny helped out passing out all. I had a bunch of lays, so I was like, "Can you go lay a bunch of people?" They're like, "Of course!"
I got laid.
They were so happy because.
Thanks, Mary. Don't beat me up here.
Yeah, I think I had like over 150 lays, just in case like people like all the kids running around with them. All the adults had one.
Oh.
And like the whole park was popping.
I was about to say yesterday for the Saturday was like party day. So all 3 of the shelters were rented out by 3 different parties. So we had ours at number 1. There's like this huge Jamaican party at number 2.
Yeah, dude.
They were just their speakers. They had this huge like party speakers, and they were just blasting fucking music.
It was pretty sweet.
Like if you're in that neighborhood, I guarantee you could hear it 3 blocks in or something like that.
Yeah.
And then the third one was just like a bunch of, I don't know what party it was.
I'd say
just
like
an
older,
like a family get together.
Yeah, Caucasian
family
party.
reunion.
Jokes on you guys.
Well, they had the shelter, and then like they had like 4 other canopies out there because they're like, we can't be under the sun.
Like I think the kids are playing in like the biggest canopy in the shade, and I'm like, what do you do?
You're at a park.
There's a park right there. They're like, the sun.
Go tan, for real. But there was a ton of people, but it was great.
Yeah, the parking lot was packed. So whenever I was making rounds to my house, like it just became harder and harder to get closer to the shelter to unload. And yeah, it was bad. But like the music ended up being really good that the Jamaicans are playing at a distance.
You dance
except when you were trying to talk about the tournament.
Oh yeah,
then
the one
became
time
hard to hear.
I started talking and they like blast their fucking music like right at the same time. And I was like, even me talking loud, I was like, they can't hear me. No, I tried.
Yeah.
But
at the end of the day, I think a lot of people are pretty happy with it.
No.
Next year, make sure we do like the same thing. Maybe set up like a setup crew. Try to get that organized and like who's gonna help with that.
Poke planner.
Okay, I will attack you if you don't show up. Oh god damn it, Joe. But have that together, and then the to-go containers are good. The food stuff, I'll just have to make sure if I say, or if I have, you're bringing, say like hot dogs, like it's hot dogs and buns.
Yeah.
Together, like it's not one person or that, because that's where we hit a big
issue. Yeah.
Issue. Yeah, and then I just want to make sure we have stuff like that together. But a lot of people, even if they couldn't do the Google Sheets, I had people messaging me a day or two before, like, hey, I had trouble with the Google Sheet, but I'm bringing this. And I'm like, perfect. So like I'm really sorry. And I'm like, it's okay. You did the next best thing by actually like telling me directly. So you're good. And so those people brought extra food, and I think that's what helped out. There was one gal who showed up like near the very end, like I think the last hour, and she brought like brownie bites, and I was like, what? She's like, yeah, sorry, I'm really late. I was like, no, that's fucking awesome. You brought food. Like, that's all I care about. And she hung out. We even had like Justin's roommates randomly show up, and one of them came just to pick himself a plate, and he took off. Like, I think he talked to us briefly, and then like, he didn't interact with anyone else, and he left. So I was like, all right, bye. Like,
very on brand.
Yeah, so like, yeah, there's a lot of people who I saw. I was actually surprised by some people who didn't show that I saw that day. I didn't see you that day, but there were some people who were nearby, but they had other things come up. I had some people apologize because they had like a convention or something random, and they're like, I'm so sorry. Like, it's okay, you just missed some really good free food. Like, that's it. Like, I feel sorry for you. Like, don't feel sorry for me. But no, that went over well. And then today we had the Jungle Cup. And that was actually more laid back than I thought. Like, we still had a good turnout of people.
Yeah,
it was just a lot calmer.
Well, part of it was, I think, again, there's a lot of shit that happened this weekend in general. And then, like, yeah, I think a lot of people were just kind of, tired or like, kind of focus on other things. We wanted to get done so we could do the rocket event. Other people had tournaments to go to.
Yeah.
And it was it's more laid back, but it's still pretty successful. We had a good turnout. Originally, I thought we were only going to have like 12 people, and then at one point there was like 21 people that were like more or less interested, but some of them hadn't shown up yet. But we had to be kind of prompt with the Go Rocket hour.
Yeah, exactly.
Happening right after, which thanks Niantic.
Thanks for that tease.
Thanks for this, the tease, first of all, it's coming back, I'm pretty sure, and hopefully they change things up a little bit for
I
that.
think they can do better, partner up with Sylph Road and be like, here's when we have the least amount, it'll still step on some people's toes, but they could be like, we have the least amount of tournaments this weekend, let's do an event like this.
Just listen to your community.
Yeah, exactly. Sylph Road's partnered with them, quote unquote partnered with them.
Are they really?
Pretty much.
Yeah, pretty much. Because every time they come out with a new event, they're like, this is the typing, and then that's what's going to spawn for the next month or so.
Yeah. So all the cups that we've had, all the typings in those PvP tournaments, have aligned very much with what's available out in raids and in the wild and events that happen.
Okay.
So there's at least some insider information being traded there. But no, I agree. They should. It's a huge resource, and they might as well use it.
Even if they don't want to officially partner with them, they could still just glance at it and be like, "Oh yeah, okay."
But yeah, so I think part of it was people were tired.
Yeah.
A lot of people were still kind of in vacation mode.
A lot of people went to Frontier Days.
Oh yeah.
Yeehaw.
Yeehaw. That's right, Frontier Days.
Tell you what,
it's all the old mutton busting. Doesn't it sound fun? Mutton busting.
Some of those kids got launched.
Yeah, dude. At least 5 feet.
Yeah.
But really though, no, it was, like I said, it was fun. Our tournaments are always, I guess, crowd favorites, and we again crowned a different champion for this cup, which we've done every tournament we've thrown. Someone else wins, which is cool. I think it means there's a lot of parity in our tournament. Special shouts to Vilro, Jay. She made it really. She's been strong these past 2 tournaments. Like the You Don't Want the Smoke tournament. She got to the finals.
Oh, did you?
And she battled out with Dan, and then this one she only had 1 loss.
Yeah.
But still, she's been killing it. Fresh has been killing it. He made it to the finals today, and so a lot of our trainers are getting stronger and stronger. I like it. I'm really proud of those peeps.
I think Niantic should work on some the battling mechanics, because my first and my last battles we had a lot of lag.
Yeah.
And I think they can improve on that in at least some way. If one person is attacking and the other person's lagging, they can still be the other person should still be attacking. Knock down their health at about the same rate that it would normally be knocked down at.
Yeah, there's generally no reason why someone would stop tapping in the middle of a battle.
Because the couple times that I hit lag, I would see the other person's lagging. I would see my Pokemon's not losing any damage. I would just stop.
Just stop and wait. Yeah.
Hey, look, you're lagging on my screen. I'm not gonna do anything.
Yeah, I mean that happened to me earlier too. I did a for fun battle with Remy, and I was smashing his cheeks, and then he stops, my Pokemon stops doing damage for a good chunk. My Pokemon takes about half its health bar before I can start doing anything again. I was like, what the fuck, man?
Yeah, that's so frustrating.
I went through with it, but I was frustrated because I was just this doesn't need to happen. Yeah. I'm not a coding master, and I understand it's really difficult. But at the same time, that it just seems like something that you should be able to fix. The battle system still needs help, still needs work. But I mean, for what it's worth, we can still make it fun, or we've been making it pretty fun.
Yeah. Even carrying over to the rocket encounters, there's been a lot of glitches. So granted, it is a new system that's come in, but there's been a lot of glitches. For me personally, there's been ones where I've gotten to where in PvP, like, I would be able to hit off this move where I have, like, a sliver of health.
Yeah.
But in the rocket encounters, they're like, no, you're dead, but we'll still give you, like, the chance to do the charge move animation. Like, you'll get to do,
wow.
Like, but then once it hits, it'll freeze my game. So I have to restart my entire game, restart the entire battle. So whatever Pokemon I lost, it doesn't matter what health my Pokemon had, like, I have to restart entirely. If by chance I have the revives to take care of it, like, I could restart with that same team. But
right.
most of the times it's not. Like,
yeah.
I have to pick a new Great League team.
Woogly boogly.
Woogly boogly. You want this Wiggly?
The Wigglytuff, dude. Hell yeah.
Wigglytuff was pretty good.
Wigglytuff's nasty. I love it.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, it needs to be worked on. The same thing, with the rocket system, real quick. Please add some sort of in battle or
healing?
Right before battle item usage.
Yes.
Because having the back all the way the fuck out, even though it's like, are you sure you want to back out?
Well,
yes.
There's that, but it also, and that's where it gets contrary to, like, the raid battles, is it never brings in your Pokemon that are already damaged. Mine will still bring in Pokemon that are, like, near death.
Yeah.
As, like, my top, if they're the top CP, it still brings them in. So that's why I get fucking livid when I see Slacking, he's hanging out, because he would have got hit in a bunch of battles, and then he's slow anyways. Granted, his body slam is helpful, but you have to yawn through everything just to get there.
You need to work on your Great League teams.
Anyways,
give me Charm on
it's just one of those things that the in-game like health would be beneficial, and then I think having a kind of more clear-cut like moveset stuff, because like you said, you can go through and it will glitch out on you. I've had it to where I get to the final and I didn't have any glitches, and I knock him out, or I'm trying to switch and they knock me out, and then it switches them, and then they both just stand there.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the fuck? And then I have to restart the whole battle. So I was like, I just lost 2 Pokemon for nothing, and now I have to reface it. And then sometimes it's right at that 30 mark. So then sometimes I come back and they're gone. And I'm like, well, shit, there goes Squirtle. Like, I was just trying to get him.
Like, hey, Niantic, also...
like,
while we're on this train.
Dear Niantic.
I also got a glitch where I murdered the last Pokemon, but I had, like, a sliver of health.
Uh-huh.
I landed my charge move, so it would kill the other Mon, but it was like, no, it killed your Mon too. Like...
Because it hit you with a fast attack or something?
Something like that, yeah. And so, like, the Grunt was like...
Gotcha, bitch.
Gotcha, bitch. Yeah. Gotcha. But then it was like, oh, yeah, you still won. Here are your rewards. Like, go catch this Mon. I'm like...
That's funny.
This man, like...
The fuck?
Now I have to revive this Pokemon, too. Like,
for no reason?
Yeah.
Just playing games with your heart, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are some of those, like, because you queue up fast attacks. I know a lot of people struggle with being able to actually hit a charge attack because they've been tapping the screen so many times. You have fast attacks queued up, and you have to wait for that animation to finish before you can hit your charge. But there are other times when you're clear, you haven't tapped the screen for a fast attack in like a whole second or two, and you're just smashing that fucking charge. It's like, nah, bitch, not today. You ain't doing shit. Oh, you want to go now? Now? Maybe? Now? Are you sure?
Yeah.
Now? Okay, now. And they're just like, I'm already dead, motherfucker. Like, fuck you. No, I would love a lot of those bugs to be worked out, and of course they're going to continue working on it. Have you heard about Harry Potter?
You heard about that white kid with the lightning bolt on
Well,
his
that
head?
one too. Just talking about the game though.
There's this coworker of mine.
You tried it, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay.
And I'm probably not going to. Like, there's this coworker of mine who just, like, literally talks about it every single chance he gets.
The Harry Potter game? Like the Wizards Unite or whatever?
Yeah. And, like, the first day he talked about it, I was like, I'm not doing it. Like...
Oh, why? You don't want to draw glyphs?
Yeah, I would really rather not draw glyphs.
You're drawing glyphs when you do your charge moves now.
It depends. So the flying type, you're not drawing glyphs. You're just doing a bunch of random shit.
The flying one.
The flying one, you're just putting your finger at the right point of your
that's
screen.
What I'm saying. Oh, what about the ghost though? Dude, fuck ghost. For
okay, so Ghost, Fairy,
Psychic.
Poison. No, not Psychic. Fuck Psychic. Dark and Normal. You're just drawing circles.
Okay.
Just consistently.
Oh,
drawing.
Dragon, you kind of draw.
Yeah, that too. Like my first couple times with Dragon, I was like, yeah, fuck this. But no, like it's super easy now. Just go clockwise with it in like the same spot, and you can hit an excellent on that. Like,
Just smash your palm on the screen. Hopefully you hit all of them. Yeah.
Do it.
but Psychic's the only one that's like
Psychic and Fairy are hard to me.
Fairy?
Fairies? Well, because I
draw a
haven't used Fairy Pokemon often, so it throws me off.
Jack, you want the smoke?
No, he's gonna train you right now. This is how we do things on the ranch.
I'll tell you what.
I tell you what,
Oh,
we're
my
gonna
God.
do it on the ranch. He's gonna take those ponytails down the Pallet Town Road.
Okay.
He's gonna ride till he can't no more.
Exactly.
I've heard this song before.
Why? There's only like 30,000 remixes.
No, the move
of it.
stuff is. I was thrown off the first time. So I heard that they had changed it, but I didn't know
It's
what
fun.
it looked like.
Honestly,
Yeah.
it is fun.
Real
yeah.
quick, for PvP battles, because we're running them, how do you think we should address that?
What do you mean?
It's been an issue. So if I'm battling you and I'm right in front of you, and you have a Pokemon, let's say Ninetales, and you're not
shiny?
doing anything
No.
fire or fairy, it is shiny, and you're not doing anything fire or fairy, like judging by what I see on your screen or on your hand and your phone, but you're just kind of tracing it up and down, like, oh, that's a grass move, Solar Beam, of course I'm gonna block that. Fuck that. Like, a lot of people were feeling a little uncomfortable that people kind of tell what move's coming out other than just tapping your screen on the old system. So do you think we should do back-to-back battles? Butt to butt? Or just shield your phone? Just be like...
I think we just need to start bringing our own little like folds.
Like
so that
the-
way it has like the weakness charts.
Oh,
Like
okay.
they do with like little tournament.
I was going to say
things.
student testing. Like, when we just put the folder walls up in school, you know, like elementary
You
school.
had to do that?
No, we do it for fun. I wanted my own space. My cubicle of folders.
Folders.
But really, though, like,
Honestly,
something.
Yeah, that either one of those tactics would be effective, but
We should.
it sounds like Homer Jack. I'd rather not make my own little fold each tournament.
No, I'm just saying like if anything we just have like little areas ready for people if they wanted to.
Battle arenas. Kind of like the
I mean-
cute little arenas you use at GoFest. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean,
little platforms.
unless you're like Skip, Big Bone 33, and have like
Shouts.
shouts to Big Bone 33. Like he has bad service apparently, so he would have to. Like I was hotspotting him this last tournament, and for the most part, went over just fine for him. But like, it just depends. Like if your service is good enough, you can just do it from wherever. Like challenge a person, go to some other spot, and
Yeah.
just do your own thing. Like you don't necessarily have to be like super close to the person so that they can observe you. But
So battle pods.
Yeah, I know I was able
Alright.
to do that with like friends I know, so like Nikki and Frank.
yeah,
I was like, I'll just send you an invite so I can finish eating my chicken strips.
yeah.
And they're like, I was like, and you can finish your spaghetti. And they're like, thanks, because they just got their food.
Yeah.
But we just be there, and I'd make sure because I could see how they're fighting, but at the same time, I'm not looking at them
Some people
when I'm
are.
trying to.
Yeah, like just
Like-
don't be a douche with your like.
It's like
if
the
you-
screen lookers.
If you participate in tournaments, just don't be a douche. Like if you see someone not doing damage to you, just stop for a second. Like stop for a little bit. Be like, hey, yeah, like I
Listen
don't
to the
see-
smoke master.
Yeah,
'Cause-
or just
'cause-
ask like, did your screen freeze too? And if
Yeah,
they're like, yeah,
'cause-
it's like, all right.
Because that happened. That happened my first and my last match. I got glitched out, or like it was lagging pretty bad. So I went against Big Bone 33 for my first match. Hey, fuck you, Skip.
Fuck you, Skip. Did you beat him?
Yeah. But I'm just trying to keep that rivalry growing.
Oh, okay. BlashNash.
Yeah, but like there were a couple times where it was going into the last mon and I was doing just fine, but he glitched out and it was like, hey, well, I see you're glitching out, but here was my last mon. Like,
Yeah.
it would have murked you anyways. It was like, do you want to redo after this?
Right.
But then my last match was against Dan, and I think we went 10 matches.
Yeah, you guys are battling for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it was just...
Lagging, glitchy.
It was lagging really bad for Dan for like 7 out of the 10. For me, 3 out of the 10. It
the
was
other
glitching.
3 out of the 10?
No, it was just glitching like
general.
3 out of the 10. I ended up losing the match, but just because like our first match we ended up doing 5 times over, and then we like kept redoing matches, so it was kind of like each person got a chance to be like, let me restructure my strategy.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks each time because a person like Dan, he's gonna really,
he really thinks about it, yeah.
he really thinks about it, and so every time he loses, or like every time something like that happens, he's like, oh, well, I could do this and this instead.
Yeah.
And it kind of sucks because the first match I would have won.
Hey, Joel.
First match I did win.
I just want you to know, I make you a lead or an admin on each PvP battle tournament, so you got the power. You can do whatever you want. I'm kidding.
No, that's fair enough, but I just don't want to flex that power.
No. But really though, yeah, like you said, if you guys are, PvP battling, if you're battling trainers, if you're trying to give people the smoke, just like, again, don't be a jackass about it. If you notice,
be a jackass?
all right, don't be a Joel ass about it. If yeehaw,
Yeehaw, fellas! Tell you what.
I can't do that. I'm not breaking.
How do you do that so loud?
I'm not breaking my own wrist to do that shit.
What?
Okay.
How? What was
That's
that?
stuff you
Practice.
learn on the ranch.
Exactly. Tell you what, Jack.
Come on out to the ranch. I'll teach you some stuff.
Down to the ranch. But really though, like just don't be an asshole.
Yeah, it's
if you
really
notice
easy
they're lagging,
jumping,
and I know everyone wants to win. It's all about competition. That's the point. But be a good competitor. And if you're having troubles, if you notice they're having troubles, don't be afraid to like, hey, yo, I see you just sitting there eating fries, you fat fuck. Come here and help me with this, this problem. And people have reached out to me to help fix problems, or at least like, what should we do? And
Yeah, like when Dan ran over with his phone, I was super confused. Because I haven't seen his last Pokemon. I was like, what?
Yeah.
And like he wanted me to cancel out of the battle. He didn't want to see the screen.
Right.
So I could appreciate the honesty
Yeah,
there, but it caught
good
me off
competitor.
guard. I'm like stuffing my face with fries.
Yeah, I was watching that from a distance. So I was like,
Yes.
creeping
Just
on
like
you.
your statue.
Yeah, just like my statue.
Yeah,
We'll
and
get
so
into
yeah, like I can appreciate stuff like that, but again, it's like engage the people who are hosting or
Yeah.
like hands with running it, so that
Yeah.
we can try to like help out.
Just be better trainers, especially if you're instinct.
Clap them cheeks. Yeah, especially if you're instinct.
Shut up! I am just
Dude,
just been chilling.
I need a poster. I really want to posterize that tweet, dude. Shoot, if you guys haven't seen it yet, Team Go Rocket took over the Pokemon Go app Twitter, and they posted a picture of Spark dabbing, and they're like, "Is this really one of your team leaders? Are you serious?" Type deal.
Dabbing is so 2016.
Yeah.
Like,
Hashtag
team.
instinct spelled INSTINK, like stink, like oh,
like
that's
emphasis
stinky.
on the stink.
Guys are wild.
It's so funny.
Yeah.
I want that poster just for Jack. His birthday's coming up. It'll be a good time.
Ooh, happy early birthday.
It's like 2 months out.
Yeah, like, it is a while.
Still.
2.5. 3
Where was that
months
even
out.
posted, anyways?
It's on the.
Check out game announcements in Aurora Masters if you guys are in that channel.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
It's on the Pokemon Go official Twitter feed.
Yeah.
So it wasn't just a meme tweet. It was. It's just Pokemon Go.
It was official. It was official. Like Pokemon Go just giving you guys that smoke.
Catch Pokemon, not feelings. Quotes to live by.
Yeah.
Jack, take it to heart.
That's pretty awesome.
So anywho, all right. Well, you got anything else you want to bring up?
Well, crap. Well, I just know I've been things that I'm hoping for going forward into the end of the year. Is, again, the release of the next Gen Ghosts, Darks,
Gen
and
5.
Poisons. That I'm obviously looking forward to. Water Pupper Shiny.
Oh yeah.
Um,
Well, yeah.
I I really do hope they bring out Rayquaza shiny.
So where do they go real quick? Because September will be technically a starter for community.
That's
Day
why
now?
I think they're gonna like.
Do you think they're going with it? I mean, they showed the Gen 5 starters on that one poster at the beginning of summer.
Well, that was one thing I talked about as soon as they released Shadow, was that they can do Shadow starters.
Okay.
And maybe just have Shadow Pokemon be out in the wild, like, hey, a bunch of Shadow Pokemon broke out of the labs or broke out of the Rocket Center, you could catch them in the wild. That way it frees up some of these opportunities so they could have September be Gen 1 Shadows, like, of those starters, and then November be Gen 2.
Interesting.
That way it breaks it up and it gives them the time to get the next gen out, so then they could have some space.
Yeah, that's true.
Because they're gonna run out of community ideas if they keep up at this rate.
Oh, I'm an idiot.
So they need to space it out.
They just finished Gen 3. There's Gen 4 starters.
Yeah, Gen 4 still needs to go,
So
but
Turtwig
this
will be September.
Yeah, but I think Turtwig they would space until the new year. Is my hope.
I disagree on that.
I think
for it. It's fine.
I think they probably would go with Gen 4 starters and starting this September.
But then have Gen 5 right away.
No, like I agree with you. I feel like they might do Shadow Gen stuff like next year, or like something silly just to fuck people over. Like, hey,
break it up.
Like, you guys, you're still playing this game, like.
Gen 1 starters is January.
Yeah. Like,
I could see that. I think they would do Gen 4, and then they do that if they want to give space between Gen 5.
True, because they might get more players in the new year.
Either that, or they're gonna do like move specific things, like actual moves, as opposed to like Hydro Cannon, Frenzy Plant, Blast Burn for all mons. Like they would actually do stuff that would be relevant to each mon.
Sky Uppercut for Blaziken.
Yeah, Sky Uppercut for Blaziken. Like
Jack's like,
please
answer, listen. Hear my prayers.
They honestly have a chance to do all these things if that's the pace that they're trying to go at it. Like,
yeah, I agree.
If they're trying to make PvP relevant, they need to start giving better movesets and things.
Yeah.
So,
like, honestly, Heracross, granted, he is a beast already, but if you can give him a 2-bar move or a 3-bar move, like...
there's that.
Power up punch, baby!
The other thing I'm still waiting on...
That's too dirty.
I love it.
The other thing I'm still waiting on that they haven't done from last year was the International Egg Swap.
Oh, that's true.
Because we only had the Gen 1s switch, but where's the Tropiuses, where's the Relicanths?
I feel like they still have to wait for Mr. Mime Jr. to come out, and then they'll do that.
But Mime Jr. would probably be like its own special thing.
I disagree.
Or do you think it'd just be like a release? Because isn't that the last baby?
Yeah,
yes,
that's the last
baby.
But
it's because it's a Europe exclusive.
Yeah. So I feel like they would release that.
Watch that be the community day.
Unless they retire the first gen. Unless they retire the first gen exclusives.
Yeah.
And then bring in the Gen 4 or Gen 5 exclusives.
So, quick question: what do you guys think is going to happen for this December? If they're going to do like a repeat of last year's
with the community day stuff?
What do you guys think is going to happen?
My hope is that they do. I really hope they make it a weekend thing, because we haven't had a weekend thing since December.
That one.
Yeah.
And I thought those ran much smoother because you're not as pressured. You don't have to. For some of those people who are like, that's the only 3-hour shift I have ever.
Yeah.
Like, that sucks.
I do think every community should be a whole weekend anyway.
I think it would help to have the end stuff like they did for December and just give trainers an opportunity to catch everything again.
Yeah, because they're still going to have new trainers between, like trainers that just
always
started.
They're always going to have new trainers.
So probably give them an opportunity to do that. I wonder if they would do... I think they will do something similar, if not just repeat it. I wonder if they would do all community day.
My ideal situation is they only spawn in this year's...
The second year?
Yeah, but they still allow you to do community days from last year as well. But I would also hope that they would do... If you have enough Stardust, if you're Corey, if you're like...
So Corey's like, yes, first up in his chair, like, tell me more.
If you have enough dust to waste, like, add a second move to one of your old mons, and you get that community,
the new move,
or you TM it. If you have enough TMs to waste, you can TM.
Because those are hard to find.
Yeah, exactly. And some people have gotten 100% within like the last couple months, and
can't get the move.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like, so it would be great if they could evolve it up or TM it to that, or add a second move to that. Like, that would be a real great situation.
That's top level thinking from the ranch.
I'll tell you what.
I'll tell you what, Jack.
Jeez.
I need you to understand.
No.
This is great.
Need you to understand. This thing sucks.
Just keep talking shit all you want.
It's fair.
Instinct's humble.
Valor, baby.
So, again, going back to the hopes.
Hopes and dreams.
I'm interested to see what happens with the whole GoFest thing.
Okay. Yokohama?
Yeah, say if they have an error, if they decide to do like the compensation day or the makeup day, if maybe going into the new year they just decide to do those events.
They should just take events worldwide.
Yeah, I really want to see that happen because that's another thing I want to talk to you guys about, and we'll have to do that in another cast, is when they were asking for the, I guess, kind of safari days or whatever, the submittals.
Yeah. October.
So I feel like we really should try to put one together for Wash Park. Like, I can give two fucks about Robin Black, but because
we don't speak her name.
I don't really care for her too much, just in actions in general. Like, I'm sure she's a fine person on her own, but in this game I haven't liked her interactions with people.
Hey everyone, there's a Gimple over here.
It's just one of those things.
Anyway.
Sorry about it.
What?
You don't remember that?
No, what happened?
Everyone tagged a Gibble in like Denver or something.
That would last like 13 more minutes. She tagged 1,300 people for a Gibble that
Really?
was 30 minutes away for most people.
like 20 people can get it max. She tagged 1,300 people.
Like, she tagged everyone?
She did.
She did.
The teams. Yeah.
All the team tags.
Oh my
We need to-
god.
And then I was like, "Hey, please don't use a tag." She's like, "Oh, sorry, it's an ultra rare tag." Like, it's like, no.
Alright, we'll
Sorry.
disable this fucking tags, okay?
Oh, I already did.
Yeah, see?
Yeah, you did. I was like trying to tag like the
teams?
the podcast, and I was like, oh, the tags are gone.
I'll give you a fixed rule. You can do it.
Okay.
They're evil tags.
Yeah, because I was like, I had one person, some random trainer, like, don't use the everyone tag for this. I was like,
I remember that.
I'm a weed. I can do whatever the fuck
Yeah.
I want.
He was like,
First off,
some people mute this channel, so just at least use ad here, which is what I typically do. But
Yeah,
like,
it's like,
if you use ad here and the people aren't online, they don't see it. That's why I tag Joel in literally every post
Yeah.
for fun.
Yeah.
I know he's there. I'm still tagging him.
Every time I see the tag, I drop the eyes emoji. Like, I see it. I see
it.
you, buddy.
You got it. But really though,
So-
fuck you. I do what I want.
yeah, so that was the one thing maybe next time we could talk about.
Yeah, definitely. That's a good topic too.
I'm curious.
Right on. Well, you got anything? Signing off from the ranch, I suppose. Anything else, Jack?
I'm surprised you didn't do your Kermit voice.
Oh, Kermit the Frog here.
Tip of my hat to you fellas.
That's right. Kermit the Frog here to fuck your bitch.
Jesus.
Oh, is that not right? Oh, my bad. Alright, we out!